Welcome to Hunter Beyond Time and Space Chapter 21. Expansion Pack, Shadowlands. 7:20 a.m., countdown 20 hours and 40 minutes. Qin Chen ran 3 laps around the community, and when he returned home, he saw Jiang Shui hanging his clothes on the balcony upstairs, every piece of which belonged to him. During this period of time, because he was busy with the time travel, he had accumulated a lot of clothes to wash. He had planned to wash them yesterday, but Jiang Shui had taken them away. When Jiang Shui saw him, she smiled and greeted him through the window. "Qin Chen, I made white porridge. You can come up and have some." "No need, no need," Qin Chen quickly waved his hand, then nibbled on a compressed biscuit and went to school. In recent years, he hadn't seen anyone treat him so well, so he was not used to it for a while. As soon as he entered the school gate, Qin Chen saw many people running towards the high school teaching building. He happened to meet Nan Gingchen, who was also running, and he curiously asked, "What's going on? Don't you see the class WeChat group?" Someone in the class next door appeared as a time traveler. "That person is in the classroom now," Nan Gingchen said, panting. "Wait, how did they discover that the person is a time traveler?" Qin Chen was puzzled. There was no one in the class next door with mechanical limbs yesterday. Nan Gingchen said, "He boasted about it himself. He had been holding back all day and couldn't resist telling his classmates during their chat last night." Qin Chen frowned after listening. What was going on? There were so many time travelers in the Luoqing foreign language school. There were probably more than 2,000 people in a school. There were already 4 known time travelers in this school alone. What about the whole country? Even if there were only a dozen cities in the country where time travelers appeared, the total number of time travelers would not be small. At this time, Qin Chen thought that others would probably discover the pattern he summarized. Will there be a large number of people rushing to these dozen cities in the hope of becoming the 3rd, 4th, or 5th batch of time travelers? Maybe not for now, but if there were a 3rd batch of time travelers coming to confirm this speculation, it would become a reality. In the future, including Luoqing, these dozen cities would probably become more and more lively. Qin Chen and Nan Gingchen ran towards the classroom. However, before they could get a clear view of the situation, the head teacher and a group of teachers came and took the student who claimed to be a time traveler away. "We're too late," Nan Gingchen muttered. Qin Chen didn't intervene anymore. He turned around and pulled Nan Gingchen to his own class. According to his guess, the people from that mysterious organization would come to the school soon, and time travel would happen tonight. He didn't want to cause any trouble. He was also unsure if that mysterious organization had seen his face. If they could restrict Jiang Shui's movements, they could probably access the road surveillance as well. Although the area where he lived was relatively old and there were few surveillance cameras, and he had deliberately chosen a route without surveillance cameras that day, Qin Chen didn't dare to guarantee that the other party hadn't found him. For the whole day, Qin Chen stayed in the classroom honestly, avoiding encountering that mysterious organization. Unless he needed to use the restroom, he wouldn't leave the classroom. It's worth mentioning that their English teacher, Dui Hong, took another day off today, which made Qin Chen even more certain of his speculation. Qin Chen, look," Nan Gingchen said, "He Xiao Zhao's guide has been updated." Qin Chen's eyes lit up immediately. So many time travelers had come out to introduce the world, but what was most attractive was probably He Xiao Zhao's guide. Because everyone else only gave an overview of the worldview, or some one-sided information. But He Xiao, a high-level player in the game industry, was sharing truly useful information. For example, the Forbidden Referee's Office, for example, Li Shutong, for example, gene agents, these were things that most time travelers had not yet encountered. However, He Xiao suddenly disappeared and then reappeared. What happened during this time? Qing Chen opened the video on his phone. Hello, everyone. I'm He Xiao. Due to some special reasons, I couldn't provide you with new strategies yesterday. Today, I'm bringing you a strategy that outlines the current expansion pack version for the world game, Qing Group's Shadow Conflict. The Qing Group is one of the top 5 companies in the world game. The Shadow is the person who holds all the power in the underground world of the Qing Group. This is said to be a tradition that the Qing Group has followed for thousands of years. Every so often, a new Shadow is chosen, and they must go through the most brutal tests. At the same time, the selection of a new Shadow also causes a great commotion in the world game. There are already 8 known Shadow candidates, each with exceptional talent. These 8 Shadow candidates are named Qing Huai, Qing Wen, Qing Shi, but there is also one who is very mysterious, and I have yet to discover their identity. Qing Chen silently watched. An expansion pack is an addition to an existing game that introduces new plotlines and characters, such as Red Alert 3, Yuri's Revenge. He didn't know that Li Sutong had speculated that he was a Shadow candidate. He didn't even know if he was one himself, and Lu Guanyin never mentioned it. But now he suddenly understood why he had appeared in prison number 18. It must be said that Xiao Zhao's strategies were always of great help to him. Countdown 6 hours 19 minutes and 29 seconds. Waiting until afternoon, Qing Chen did not see anyone from the mysterious organization come to school. Instead, the classmate next door never came back and was reportedly taken home by their parents to reflect. As the time for crossing approached, Qing Chen could feel that Nanjingchen was getting more and more nervous. He didn't know what to say to persuade the other person. If this guy really crossed into prison 18 tonight, then he would take the risk of being discovered and help him out. If you cross tonight, be careful. You've seen what people are saying online, the inner world is not safe, Qing Chen told Nanjingchen. Nanjingchen's expression was a bit unnatural. I'm not a crosser. As long as you know what's going on, Qing Chen didn't say much more. If the other person could keep the secret until now, it meant that they had some idea of what was going on in their mind. In the evening, Qing Chen skipped class and went home, then waited for the countdown to cross in peace. He rested his eyes and didn't know how long had passed when there was a knock on the door. Qing Chen opened the door and saw Jiang Shui outside. "What's up, Aunt Jiang Shui?" Jiang Shui hesitated for a moment and said, "You know I'm a crosser. The countdown is almost up and the inner world is very dangerous. I'm not sure if I can come back safely. If I can't come back tomorrow, can you take care of Xiaoyun for a day?" Qing Chen was stunned. "Why are you saying this? You'll definitely come back safely." Jiang Shui shook her head. "You don't know how dangerous that world is, that's why you're comforting me. But I'm very clear about it. There's no backing from the 5 big companies, and human life is worthless. I'm not asking you to take care of Xiaoyun for long, her grandma will come from Jingqing tomorrow." "Okay, I promise you, but I still hope you'll be okay," Qing Chen nodded. "Thank you." Jiang Shui handed Qing Chen a key. "The key is with you, so if anything happens, you can open the door." After that, Jiang Shui turned and walked away. Qing Chen was stunned for several seconds. He didn't expect the other person to give him the key to their house. This should also be a kind of trust, right? Countdown 00:9:59. Taking advantage of the last few moments, Qing Chen held a small USB flash drive in his mouth. He wanted to test whether the thing hidden in his body could pass through the wall of time. Then he twisted his own arm until it turned purple. After everything was done, Qing Chen took a deep breath. Countdown, 10 seconds. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. The world shattered and reorganized.